All right, folks, Jason C. Scott here, top 1% mortgage loan originator nationwide and 20-year combat United States Army retired veteran. And this video, like I said, so you want to start doing VA loans, you're an originator, and you're like, man, I really want to help veterans because I'm really good at what I do and I feel that they're underserved. Well, then this is the video for you. But before we get into, what exactly we're going to be talking about as far as how we help veterans and how you start doing VA loans, I want to talk to you about the mindset that goes behind it. Like I said in my first earlier video, if you have a propensity to serve, then this ideally is probably the best loan product for you. It's just going to make you feel good. Nothing better than serving others and helping people basically build a portfolio and learning how to build wealth through a benefit that they've earned through service to this country. And I'm living proof. I've done the same thing and I love sharing my story. So if you're a loan officer and you're trying to get into the veteran space, one of the things that I do when I go around the country and I talk to folks, I talk about getting involved in veteran communities of where you live. Now, a lot of folks will say, Jay, I don't live near a military installation. I'll be honest, that's a really bad cop-out. Because no matter anywhere you go in this great country of ours, you have a great tool in front of you. It's called Google, right? And if you just do in the Google search bar, veteran-owned businesses near me, and make sure you have your location pinpoint on, I can almost guarantee you no matter where you live in this country, you're going to find multiple veteran-owned businesses where you live. And you might actually even be surprised and be like, wow, a lot of these services that are provided are things that I would use on a normal day basis. I just didn't realize that there was a veteran owner that provided this service. So that's one of the things that you can do is by getting involved, is starting to support veteran-owned businesses where you live. The other thing that you can do, same thing, go into Google, do a Google search and say veteran-sponsored events near me, right? Now you can either use Google or Eventbrite, right? Now, as a lender, someone, if you're not used to being in front of the public or doing events or stuff of that nature, this is going to seem foreign to you, but you need to immerse yourself. You need to understand us as veterans, how we act, how we react, how we speak, how we think, and how we make decisions. To this day, I still wear a high and tight. After 20 years serving, I still have a high and tight haircut. Yes, I have the facial hair, but that's because I'm old and I don't want you to see my fat face. There's just certain things after 20 years of service that are just normal to someone like myself, but may seem foreign to someone like you. One of the things I always like to say is that once you've identified some veteran-owned businesses in your area, go through the list, look at it, say, oh, wow, there's a tire service, or I normally go to whatchamagoody down the street. I think I'm going to go introduce myself. And just take the time and go introduce yourself and say, hey, I just want to say thank you for your service from the bottom of my heart. This is what I do for business, but I notice that you provide a service and I'd like to start using you if that's at all possible. You always go with your hand filled versus hand open, right? You always come offering something. That's step one. Step two, like I said, going to events. Depending on what time of year it is, there's all types of things that either support veterans, support veteran families, veteran causes, right? Find an event that speaks to your heart and just go attend as an attendee. If you want to go one step further, reach out to the director of the event and say, hey, just out of curiosity, can you tell me a little bit about this event? This seems intriguing. I'd like to know more. And you know what? I'm even thinking about potentially putting my own booth there if that's something that you offer. You'll find out that is a very small investment. It's going to give you time in an area where you're going to see a lot of veterans and be able to talk story and hear their stories. Love doing that type of stuff. Number three is you can do a Google search as well and look for veteran service organizations near me. Now, what do I mean by that? These are typically nonprofit 501(c) organizations that serve or service the veteran community where you live. I'm really big with the Association of the United States Army, the chapter here. It's our major association chapter that is here. I also do quite a bit with Mount Carmel Veteran Services Center, which they have 20 different veteran service organizations all underneath one roof as well. And then find something that's near and dear to your heart. Obviously, one of the biggest things to me is veteran homelessness. To me, I absolutely think it's crazy that any veteran that's served for this country could end up on the streets. And Vet USA, or USA Vets, based out of California, and they have chapters across the country as well. Their primary mission is literally searching, finding homeless veterans, helping them get reintegrated and reoriented and become, I want to say, a producing member of the community again, right? I also partnered with Warriors in Motion. And the reason why I did that is because we target or focus on veterans that have had a hard time transitioning from military life to civilian life. We give them mission, direction, purpose, and hope again through the form of endurance racing. And then we've just picked up motocross racing as well. We're actually going to have some vehicles in the Mint 400 this year down in Las Vegas. It's an event that's held every year as well. So it's just amazing to see some of the guys that come in through the program, where they've been, where they're at, and now where they're going. And again, we provide mission, direction, purpose, and hope. Like, hey, your background with people that are like you, we understand what you're going through or have went through. We're here to help. That's it for this video. Next video, we're going to be talking about once you start getting business coming in your door, how's the best way to start and build that bulletproof file.